Well, it's noon here in Ventnor City, New Jersey, and this is Thursday, May 25th, and with the news that you can use. And apparently that news is it's my birthday. And with your hosts, Zach and Ray. How are you today, handsome?
I am doing great. If you are unaware, today is my dad's 72nd birthday. Happy birthday to you, Dad. I admire you and I love you. And happy birthday.
Well, thank you. I admire you and love you too. And I'm jealous of all the hair on the top of your head and the fact that you can actually grow a beard and I can't. But other than that,
we will kick today's show off with what happens when you search Ray Shefska on Google Images. It's quite the fun game. So
really, I haven't played that game. What does happen?
All right, there we go. He looks a little confused there, folks, but he looks good.
Well, that's because I was stuffed with Mexican food.
This is one of the original YouTube videos. There you go.
Oh, my. Yeah.
You and me. We've got Mom and me and my sister.
Yeah. And the dog and Monk. Monk was in that shot.
We got us with, man. So many good memories we've made together, Dad. Happy birthday. We love you. I want you to be happy and healthy. Thank you, everyone, for the birthday wishes.
Well, I did have the best big-ass bowl of oatmeal today that I've had in quite... It was so good, I was thinking of making a second bowl.
Could be lunchtime. Well, Pops, let's give the folks a little bit of news that they can use. Jeep, Chrysler, and Ram are in serious trouble. We ran the numbers. This is insane. I can't believe what we're about to do here. So Justin put it on the website, CarEdge.com/guides, the new cars with the highest and lowest inventory today.
Yeah.
Kudos to Hannah. Hannah's here on site in Bethesda working with us this week. Hannah pulled this data together, Dad. I'm gonna go to it, and you and I are gonna just spend a couple minutes here.
Okay.
These vehicles, these 10 vehicles that you see above our heads, these are the 10 vehicles. Mark says, is it clickbait? I don't think it's clickbait. You guys can be the judge if this is clickbait. I think you're in serious trouble when 8 of the 10 vehicles that have the highest days supply nationally are Stellantis products. The Jeep Renegade, Dad, there are 7,630 of them actively for sale right now. New ones. Yes. And in the last 45 days, nationwide, 456 of them have sold.
Yes. So the good news is for those of you who are interested in a Jeep Renegade, 2 years from now, based on the day supply that they have, you'll still be able to find that 2023 new one that you started looking for today.
How does this pencil, Dad? How does this work? You used to have, what do you call it? The ZDX was the one that would sit on your lot what are Jeep dealers feeling right now? Renegade inventory?
We had two things that sat on the first one was the SLX, which was the Isuzu Trooper, but with an Acura badge on it, and that, you could have one in stock, and you had a 500-day supply, okay, with one in stock. And then the second one from Acura was the ZDX, which, after like the first 60 days, Acura came to the dealers and said, do us a favor, put these damn things in service loaner fleet and see if you can get anybody interested in them that way. Manufacturers make mistakes. Sometimes they sign off on vehicles that they think are going to work and they don't work. And it just happens. Now, in the case of the Renegade, I don't know, perhaps they should have had a better idea and had their fingers on the pulse of what was going on in the industry with that vehicle, because nationally, there's no way that they should be sitting on a 753-day supply. Okay, that's 2 years. Okay, or just about 2 years. or slightly over 2, whatever the hell it is, way too many cars.
Yeah.
And so you would think they would have noticed that inventory building up a long time ago. So
And again, this is new cars, and this
yes,
is nationally. And the methodology here, so just to be very clear, the methodology is active listings, right?
yes,
If the dealer has an active listing, a unique active listing, that's a vehicle for sale. When those active listings come offline, that's a vehicle that's sold. That's the methodology for this. I just popped the link in the chat so anyone can go view this data. So we're showing right now, yesterday, when we ran this data,
yes,
7,630 active listings for new Jeep Renegades, but only 456 have come offline in the past 45 days. So even
yeah.
if you think, okay, there's some holes in this methodology, directionally, this is damn accurate. And yeah, you're right, Dad. The folks at Jeep, they should have they were asleep behind the wheel, for lack of a better phrase. This is mismanagement.
The good news is that the head of Stellantis, I forget his name, but that gentleman was the second highest paid executive of the legacy manufacturers here in this country, with Mary Barra at like 29 million, and he was like at 26 million in compensation, and poor Jim Farley was bringing up the rear at 21 or 22 million. So imagine if they had a normal day supply and they were turning their cars more quickly. Imagine what his paycheck might have been.
Yeah, imagine. Another factor to this, we're going to pull up more of the data. Another factor to this, Dad, is Stellantis also is the OEM that is pushing most aggressively, at least in the press, from a leadership standpoint, about getting customers to subscribe to software.
Yes.
Well, newsflash, Stellantis, you got to get customers to buy your cars to sell them the subscriptions.
Yeah, a customer can't subscribe to the subscription if they don't own the car. And in many cases, if it's like GM and OnStar, you can't get them to keep subscribing after you give it to them free because the take rate is so low. They all have we all have dreams and aspirations. Okay, and in many cases, those dreams and aspirations don't come true, and so I'm just telling you, big corporations make a multitude of mistakes, but they're large enough to overcome those mistakes, at least financially speaking. And so when you look at that list, and 8 of the 10 vehicles are Stellantis products, and one of the vehicles that's on that list shouldn't really be on that list, which is the Chevrolet Silverado medium duty which is the cab and chassis. So it does the cab and chassis. So it doesn't even have a bed on it. Okay. That is a truck that is designed to be customized, with some type of work body affixed to it. Yep. So 8 of the 9 are Stellantis products. It's almost like like Ford leads the league in recalls. Stellantis leads the league in vehicles nobody wants.
Yeah, they really do. I mean, honestly, that's like, you look at this list. So let's run through it for those who listen to the podcast and don't watch live. Jeep Renegade, 753-day supply. 7,630 actively for sale, 456 sold in the last 45 days.
Yes.
The Chevy 400, the 4,500, the work vehicle, 443-day supply, 1,171 of them for sale, 119 sold in the last 45 days. Number 3 on the list is the Lincoln Corsair, Dad.
Yes.
423-day supply of inventory, 2,530 of them in dealer inventory actively for sale, 269 have sold in the last 45 days.
Yes.
Boat anchors. And then
you should probably go across the street to Coons Lincoln, right across the street from your office. You can see them from your window. Yep. and ask them exactly how well are those Corsairs selling. My guess is not very, and my other guess is neither's anything else at that location. But that's just a guess on my part.
Hey, if they want to treat their customers fairly, they can join the CarEdge Trusted Dealer Network. Maybe we can help them. But
Yes.
Who knows if they want to treat their customers fairly. All right, the fourth vehicle on the list through the 10th vehicle on the list, Dad, it goes Ram, Jeep, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Jeep. Those are the makes, models. The Ram 2500 pickup truck, 403 days supply. The Jeep Cherokee, 391 days supply. The Chrysler Pacifica Hybrid, 355 days supply. Jeep Compass, 352 days supply. Ram 1500, 328 days supply. And the Jeep Gladiator with a 283 day supply.
Yeah. Well, if you want a deal, go to a Stellantis product. Now, if you want a car that you might actually like, you might want to steer yourself away from some of those products. But hey,
let me show you this, Ted.
The good news is that the CEO has not been let go. So that's the good news.
Here's the deal. To put this into context to how this information translates to deals.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, if you are going to bite the bullet and you're going to purchase a Stellantis vehicle,
yes,
and quite frankly, I would not blame you. That Pacifica Hybrid on there, if you're looking for a hybrid powertrain, that is your best option for a hybrid powertrain.
Yes.
Point blank.
If you're looking for a Toyota Sienna, which you're never going to get,
yep.
I would have to seriously consider the Pacifica Hybrid, which, from my understanding, has gotten good reviews and people rave about that vehicle. So that for anybody looking at a Sienna could be your next go-to vehicle, and you should be able to get some type of deal on it. I mean, even though it's probably severely overpriced to begin with, but what isn't today?
We've got deals on Pacifica hybrids between 5 and 10% off MSRP.
Okay.
Here's the deal, though. Here's how insane this can get with these Stellantis products, and what also makes it crystal clear, that Stellantis is doing things wrong. Here is a real deal.
Yes.
6 days ago. This is in the Pacific Northwest. And let me zoom in for you. The MSRP on this Jeep Wrangler, Dad.
Yes.
This isn't a Gladiator. This is a Wrangler. It wasn't even on our top 10 list.
It's a Wrangler 4XE.
4XE.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's the electric version.
Yes.
$61,785 MSRP.
Yes.
The dealer is offering $4,785 in their discount.
Yes.
And then there are rebates, $7,500 of which come from the federal government. The other $6,500 do not come from the federal government. Those come from Chrysler, from Stellantis, excuse me. $14,000 in rebates to get you to a sales price of $43,000, nearly $20,000 off. Here you go. There are $20,000. Yeah, there are $20,000 discounts.
Yes.
That's insane.
Yes. So nearly 30% off on a Jeep 4XE. Think about that. When you combine all the rebates plus the federal government tax credits, and since it's a lease, that tax credit is a pass through to the ultimate person who's leasing it. That's a significant savings. It really, really is. Now, I don't know if what it really suggests is that it's so overpriced to begin with. But then again, it's an electric vehicle, and electric vehicles, for the most part, for most of your legacy manufacturers, are a losing proposition. They are not vehicles that they build that they tend to make money on. Their electric vehicle divisions are a loss leader for them at the moment. So, I'm glad I drive my Mini.
Lisa Mini. Let's look at quickly, Dad, the opposite end of the spectrum. So there you go. That's your Jeep, Chrysler, Ram, Stellantis update for the week. All right. The data truly is shocking the deeper you dig into it. Opposite end of the spectrum, the vehicles that have the least negotiability right now, the vehicles that are hard to come by, hard to get deals on, have the lowest market day supply. Lots of Kias.
Yes.
Subaru, Lexus, BMW. One Mercedes-Benz down there at the bottom. So these are just the opposite end of the spectrum. Look at that Kia Seltos. There's 1,000 actively for sale, but over 5,000 have sold in the past 45 days.
Yeah. So what do you think the odds are you're going to get a discount on one of those when you're walking in and there's a shortage of them? It's and if I may, okay, those vehicles, those Kia vehicles, are probably equal to or less in quality than the Stellantis products that they can't sell. So either way, you're not necessarily getting the highest quality vehicles, whether you're looking at the 10 with the most availability that you hopefully would pay the least for, or the 10 with the least availability that you're going to pay way too much for. It's a sad reality that whatever direction you're going in, you're not necessarily getting the type of quality that you should expect to get in today's world.
Now, there are some value options out. I mean, we like Mazda right now.
Yes.
Nissan has some good incentives right now. I'll mention Nissan. Like, there are still options out there. It is interesting though, Pops. We're going to hit it early. Can you give me a quick ad lib?
Really? You got to be kidding me.
We've got a few really got to be kidding me today, and you brought up Kia, so or Kia quality, so I'll bring this up, Dad.
Yes.
Continued pressure on Hyundai Kia. Hyundai Kia is still under legal pressure after settling lawsuit over car thefts, despite Hyundai and Kia's agreement to a $200 million settlement in a class action lawsuit. The automaker still faces a heap of lawsuits and pressure from influential stakeholders. So not only the other reason that Hyundai Kia is in the news is because of the engine fires. Those are the Theta engines and the oil consumption and the fires, big issues mechanically there. Then you have this issue, Dad. Insurance companies have stopped insuring certain
yes.
Yeah, like a $200 million settlement is ultimately, sure, a drop in the bucket for a major corporation, but it's going to grow.
Did they admit any guilt or wrongdoing, or they just agreed to pay, I don't know, a $200 million fine because that was much more convenient? Just imagine being able to stroke a check for $200 million because it's more convenient than actually, I don't know, facing the truth. And when I see things like that, I think to myself, there's another example of what the hell's wrong in this world. Okay, where you just stroke a check for $200 million, you don't admit any guilt or wrongdoing, and everything remains the same. What have we accomplished? What have the authorities accomplished when they do this? When they fine Napleton $10 million or $11 million, whatever it was, or the Coons organization $1 million, and they never admit guilt, okay, or wrongdoing. And most of that money never makes it back to the people that they took advantage of. So wouldn't it be nice just once, where we actually hold these offending parties, we hold their feet to the fire. We hold them accountable. We make them say in no uncertain terms, we screwed up big time and we've been screwing you big time and we shouldn't have done it. But no, we don't make them say that. We just allow them to write a check for $200 million, which lowers their taxes, and we let them just move on as if nothing ever happened.
All right, let me pull it up on the screen. According to the release,
yes,
by the law firm, one of the lead firms on the class action, owners whose cars were stolen and not recovered could be entitled.
Yes,
as much as 6,000 could be entitled.
Here, let me help you with those two most important words in that sentence. Could be. Not are. Could be. Maybe. Might happen. Yeah, perhaps. Sure. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Could be entitled to $6,125, while owners with a car or property damage could receive $3,375. Nothing will be confirmed until a judge reviews the settlement in July.
Yeah.
According to court documents. Pops, we had this comment come in from Learning Fast. I just want to be very clear. Learning Fast says, I think it's hilarious when a Mini Cooper owner is talking about how bad Kia quality is. You are not a Mini Cooper owner.
I am not. I lease my minis. Okay. And may I say, I
Please.
would be the first one to tell you that I would never, ever, ever own a mini once it is out of warranty. Once the factory stops paying for the stuff, I would never own it. But while the factory does pay for anything that goes wrong with it, they are the most fun vehicles I have ever driven. And the quality of the vehicle is not nearly as impaired as what you might find on a Kia. Okay. But I do realize that they are designed to break as soon as the warranty is over. And because they are mostly a BMW product today, they are overly expensive to repair and maintain. So, yeah, you have to understand what you're looking at. And I understand it very well with the Mini. Trust me. Okay? But if you want to drive something that's fun for 36,000 miles or 48,000 miles or what is it, 4 years, 50,000 on the warranty, or I forget what the hell the warranty is on it. Might be 3, 4. I don't know. I don't have to worry about it. I drive 4,000 miles a year. Okay. But if you want to drive something fun while it's still under warranty, Mini's the car for you. And they cover your maintenance the first 3 years. It's not a toaster with a motor. It's not branded. Now, maybe the old ones were. Okay. The old ones that had, I don't know, a Peugeot motor in it, or a Chrysler motor in it. But the new ones are not. They are. You drove it cross country with me. How much fun are they to drive?
Oh, exceptionally fun, because what will happen is you're driving it and then some of the electronics will stop working as you're driving it. It's so fun.
But it's just a temporary inconvenience.
Here's the deal, Pops. I just pulled it up. The Mini Cooper warranty, we're going to put this to the test.
Yeah.
4 years, 50,000 miles,
yes,
for everything, for the powertrain.
Yes. And maintenance is 3 years, 36.
So let's put this to the test. 4 years, 50, right?
Yes.
I plugged it in. I plugged the brand new one in for the extended warranty, because this is a great way to see how expensive cars are to maintain.
Oh, yeah.
So I said that it had 0 to 12. So let's see what happens here. So we'll say it's out of warranty. So we got to go. What did I say? 50,000 miles a year? Yeah. So we got to go the next tab up. So we'll say it's got this many miles on it. Let me refresh. All right. So we said 2023 Mini. It's going to be stupid expensive,
I'm sure.
And we said, there we go. And we'll say New Jersey.
$5,100. What's that buy you? Buys you up to 150,000 miles.
There you go, folks. If you wanted to understand, this is actually a great way to see how expensive cars are to maintain. Holy cow, Dad!
Yeah, no, they are. That's why I sit here and I say without hesitation, never own one once it's out of warranty. Once the factory's done paying for all the crap that breaks, why would you want to own it? I wouldn't. Okay, but drive the hell out of it until that point.
All right, another really, you've got to be kidding me, Dad. Did you see this headline?
I did not.
VinFast recalls all 999 of its first vehicles shipped to the U.S. The recall comes after the automaker's first U.S. vehicles garnered a number of bad reviews, with some saying they aren't ready for deliveries. Pops, folks were driving these. The initial reviews of these are that they're undrivable.
Yeah.
They make occupants sick, like nauseous.
Wow.
And now the first 999 VinFast that have been delivered to the United States are being recalled. Wow.
Well, that sets a bad tone. But
and they're trying to IPO.
And if I can go back to my mini roots for a minute, I can remember any number of new models that as they were coming out, we got a stop sale on them before they ever hit the dealership. Okay, after they built them, after they shipped them, after they were getting ready to put them on trucks to send them to the dealership, we get a notice. Well, if you have any, you can't sell them. There's issues. And it's like, come on, man. So yeah, the difference is that Mini and BMW were already in the States. VinFast is like, okay, well, the first 1,000 are absolute horse poop. But maybe once we get beyond those, people will like them.
To be clear, the recall is not about the driving comfort. It's the main infotainment screen can get glitchy and break, essentially, just go black. So that's what the recall is over. Still, it's a tough start to
it is indeed, yeah.
For VinFast.
Yes, that is not the way you want to start your sales process in the United States when you're first coming to this country. Is say, well, the first 999, bring them all back. Just bring them back. Well, we need to see those. Get them back here. It is what it is. It's part of the fun of being in the car business.
I don't envy the OEMs, man. They got to build these things. What was Ford saying the other day? They're simplifying their F-150 by removing 1,200 parts. I mean, it's the amount of respect that I have for the OEMs and the businesses they built is through the roof. I don't ever talk about it because it's so difficult what they do. That being said, there's also a really high bar that you have to get, hurdle that you have to get over, which is you got to have quality. You can't have bad products out there.
It relates to what you said about Stellantis and how they want to generate all this revenue from subscriptions services through the software in their vehicles, but you can't do that unless people actually buy those vehicles. So it's a tough job what they have, and a lot of it they bring on the issues themselves because they try and go with obviously the least expensive parts that they can. They know there's obsolescence built into some of this stuff, and they're all suspecting that they'll figure it out as they go along, as opposed to figuring it out before you start selling the sons of guns. Yeah.
Let's end here, Pops. What is your birthday wish today? What can I do to help you have a special day? Or I know I'm going to be down with you in person this upcoming weekend. So what can I do? What can we as a community do to help you feel special today?
Well, I will say this. I already feel very, very special and very loved today. The emails that I've gotten from members of the team, the phone call that I got from Kimberly, the well wishes that from Instagram, from the post you put on Instagram and from the post you put in the community. I feel very lucky and very blessed. So my birthday has already been better than most. And my birthday weekend will be super special because you'll be up here. Your sister and brother-in-law are coming to spend the weekend as well at your place. So they'll be here. We get to hang out with our friends Barry and Sandy and Sandy's daughter Steph, and we get to meet Uncle Kevin on Saturday night when we go to dinner, and then Sunday we have family coming down from the Philadelphia area, and we're all going to dinner at the Palms, and it's Aunt Doreen's birthday tomorrow, and she'll be here Sunday, so we can all sell. So it's already set up to be a very, very, very special birthday weekend, and I'm excited about the whole thing.
I love it, man. That makes me so happy.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. So, since it's my birthday, what can I give you as a present, young man?
Giving me more than you can ever imagine, Dad. More than you can ever imagine. Let's do it again tomorrow.
Yeah. What time are you coming? What are we doing a show tomorrow from your? So you'll be at the office tomorrow, and then sometime tomorrow afternoon, you're going to decide to leave the DC area to drive to the Jersey Shore. And you're going to do it when everybody from the Philadelphia area is coming to the Jersey Shore at the same exact time.
Mhm.
So what is normally about a 3-hour drive for you will probably turn into a 4.5 hour drive.
Yeah.
Exciting.
Did you hear that?
Is that thunder?
No, they're doing controlled explosions to build the purple line in the. It was so
Wow.
scary. Did you hear that?
I did. Yeah. Yeah.
They're literally like there's signs up everywhere that say controlled explosions will be happening between 11 and 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. And just without warning,
Yeah.
the whole building shakes. You hear this loud explosion.
I heard it. Well, that's just to prepare everybody for when the metro doesn't work the way it's supposed to.
Who would do that? Yeah, they're building the tunnel.
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, Dad, I love you. You don't gotta do anything for me. Keep helping our community. Means the world. We just passed 1,000 success stories on the community forum.
Yeah. And the way things are going, the next 1,000 will come 10 times faster than the first 1,000. So
fingers crossed. Enjoy your birthday, Dad. I'll talk to you later
you.
on today. I love you very much. Thank you, everyone, for being here. We'll see you tomorrow at noon.
Yeah, we'll be here tomorrow at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific, 8 a.m. Anchorage time, 6 a.m. in Honolulu. And for all of our friends in Manila, it'll be midnight in Manila. I have no idea what time it'll be in Hong Kong. But we'll just keep adding cities and time zones. Yeah.
Hey, what were those things you're supposed to remember for your Medicare wellness check?
Well, I believe it was chair, bananas, and steeple. No, I forget the third one. But it'll come back. Yeah, I'll remember it.
All right, gang. We'll see you tomorrow. Love you, Dad.
And it's always 10 after 11 when I draw that clock. That's all I can tell you. I love you. See you, everybody. Thank you for being here, and thank you for the birthday wishes.